Let's talk about generations. A lot of people here in the audience and watching at home are from a generation they've grown up with technology and social media, and both of you have been involved in movements and are now. How, if you think back in your time and your organizing, how are things different now, and how is technology playing in your minds for better or for worse?
Yes, I think, the fact that people can be in touch with one another so quickly. We've seen what's happened in the so-called Arab Spring. The social media have obviously had a very, very significant part to play. But it is still the case that you've got to have bodies there. It is that they are able to congregate, but you still need to have people in the square, Tahrir Square. You need to have faces. I'm glad to see what especially young people can do. They blow my mind. They use all these wonderful words. It's awesome. Well, I think actually that young people are awesome. I've been amazed at just how idealistic they are. That young people, in fact, dream God's dream. They believe that poverty can, in fact, become history. They believe that we can have a different, a better world. And I just say, and of course they've got these means of communication, but they still need the meeting of bodies. They still need to have the people who inspire them. The Mary Robinsons. Mary could have said, well, I've done my stint as president of the Irish Republic. I've done my stint as a United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights. But here she is, going like crazy. Really also wanting to...
Who's talking about going like crazy?
Mary?
How many events have you done in the last week?
Mary, I am your chair, and you have to behave yourself. But I do want to say, that especially to young people, not exclusively, because I know, for instance, what they did in the time of our struggle against apartheid. The anti-apartheid movement was not exclusively, but very largely, it was students at university campuses, who were campaigning. And I just want to pay you a very, very warm tribute and to say, go on going on. God needs you to make this the better home for all of us that we know it can be. A home where no one need go to bed hungry. No child should catch disease because they didn't have clean water to drink, that they didn't have enough money for a very, very inexpensive inoculation. And you, but again, I can see there are one or two gray hairs and so on. It's wonderful that you also have retained your oomph. And as an old man, I sit and I look and I say, aren't they just neat? You are awesome.